It's time for that magical time of the month. What does the wizard think he's going to read in December? Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and today, guys, we are talking about the final 10 books that I plan to read in 2024 because it is time for the December TBR. But before we get into it, do me a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, as it does help the channel grow. You can check the description box down below for links to all my social media, including links to the Patreon, the Discord, Pango Books, my Blue Sky account. It's all there for you to explore. And we've got an ambitious December TBR because, well, frankly, I got some series I kind of started late in the year and I want to wrap up. I've got some series I really wanted to continue after a hiatus. I've got some stuff that's just been calling to me from the shelf. I've got starting some buddy reads and something that I've been waiting over a year to read. So let's dive right on into it. And it's not the festive Christmas holiday spirit without a little Malazan. Am I right? Sound off in the comments if you think Malazan is the perfect Christmas read. I don't know. I might be trying to force that a little bit. But we've got Midnight Tides, number 5 here. This is 900 pages. So already you can tell I'm off to lots and lots of ambition. But I did want to finish at least number 5 by the end of 2024. And we're going to make that happen. I know it's a new location, mostly a new cast. And I am here for it. So once again, we've got Midnight Tides, Malazan, number 5, kicking off this list. We're starting off the month right. Yeah, with just an incredibly complex and beefy book. But I can do it. I have faith in myself, I think. Then me and my buddy Owen Edwards have been kind of kicking around the idea of another buddy read for a while. I'll have Owen's channel linked in the description box down below. But essentially, we've got, this is the Last Kingdom series, Uhtred, Son of Uhtred. I know there's a Netflix adaptation. Heck, does that say, yeah, okay, yeah, the fake sticker on the front. I thought it said almost a major motion picture, but there's a Netflix series, and the permanent sticker's not going to let me forget it. But this is a 12-book series. I need to talk to Owen about whether or not we're going to do like one a month or something like that, or if I even end up completing this and tapping out. I've got the first 6, so I would at least like to do that, and then I can collect the next 6 and continue on the stories. I know my buddy Patrick really enjoyed this series. Then, of course, did you think just because I finished all the main novels that I wasn't going to read a little bit of Joe Hill? We've got Strange Weather. It's time for a novella collection. I'm very excited about this because once I've read this, then I've got one more collection, and then I'm finally caught up other than Lock and Key, which you saw me point off screen. That might be a hint to an upcoming book haul. But yeah, we've got Strange Weather here. I don't have a whole lot of expectation about this other than it's Joe Hill, and I tend to fall on the favorable side when I'm reading and reviewing his stuff. So very excited about this, and I think it's going to be a fun and enjoyable read. Then something I've been meaning to read for a while, and I had it on my red shelf on accident. We've got Artemis by Andy Weir. This is the last Andy Weir that I believe I haven't read, and I know it's not supposed to be his best work, and yet at the same time, I'm just a curious boy, and the curious boy wants to know about Artemis. I liked Project Hail Mary. I liked The Martian. There we go. The names are escaping me, and I feel like I'm going to like Artemis. I may not love Artemis, but I hope I like it, and if I do, well, then yay for me. Then, of course, the patrons. Once a month, we do 4 polls, and we do it bracket style. I've been really enjoying this because it's led to me kind of feeling, instead of putting all the pressure on one patron, I get to let the entirety of the Patreon choose for me. And there's 39 of you, I believe, at the current count. So you are all amazing, and thank you. And this is the kick in the pants I needed to close out this year to come back and finish Janny Wirtz to Ride Hell's Chasm before we start Wars of Light and Shadow next year with a read-along with John from Talking Story. I think Brian from BellTube, Nerd Level Rising. There's a whole bunch of us getting involved with this next year. And it's actually a 2025 and a 2026 project. I'm very excited for it. But I've left this on red at 30% for like 6 months, where I was doing a buddy read with Murphy Napier and Tori from Tori Talks. And Tori finished it, and I did not. And so, yes, I would like to finally finish this so I can also get Nico from Nico's Book Reviews off my back, because he loves this book, and he's just like, "You're just give it time, Andrew. Don't DNF it." And I'm just like, because I'm all kinds of just energetic and neurotic. We've then got this bad boy right here, River of Stars. Now, you notice that this was also on last month's. Well, my reading just took forever last month, and this kind of just got pushed off to the side. But it's here again because, again, I want to come back and go on an adventure again with Thaniel and the gang. I'm very excited for this. River of Stars, Lillian Crow. I really loved Dreams of Dust, book number 1. So, again, this is making another appearance on the TBR, and it will continue to do so until I read it with these peepers. Next up, from last year, we've got The Advent of Winter. This is a short story collection with a bunch of my favorite indie authors. Let's just get in on that cover. Let's get on that author list with the spine. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there's so many, like Tori's in here, Andrew D. Meredith's in here. We've got Cal Black, Tiago Abdallah, Palmer Pickering. I mean, just so... L.L. McRae's in here. A.R. Witham's in here. Jim Wilborn. Like, some of my favorite indie authors are in here. And I wanted to read it last year, but I wanted to read it from the physical edition because it's gorgeous. And now is the year. Now is the time to read it. I am incredibly excited to check out The Advent of Winter. I'm going to be doing one short story a day, like an advent calendar. It's going to be awesome. And then I know I said recently I was losing interest in this series, but I have so much respect and so much love for this family and this author that I'm putting Hunger of the Gods on here by John Gwynne. I'm going to come back. I'm going to read Bloodsworn number 2 and see if this is the one that finally pulls me into this world. Don't get me wrong. I like Shadow of the Gods, but I don't know, I've been chasing that high of Faithful and the Fallen for so many years now that it's just, I don't know, it feels like trying to recapture lost magic, and I'm hoping Hunger of the Gods is the one to do it. Because, frankly, I love that series so darn much. And then we've got 2 more books to read to close out 2024. We've, of course, got Kagan the Damned at number 3. This is Jonathan Mayberry, The Dragon in Winter. And I have yet to read Son of the Poison Rose at the time of recording. I'm going to be probably closing out November with it, but when I do, I'm going to be ready for Dragon in Winter. And it is going to be so sweet! I cannot wait! I'm so excited! This will be, I believe, the 9th trilogy that I will have completed in 2024. I didn't quite hit my goal of 10, I don't think, as of yet, but we'll see what happens. But, this is, I am unreasonably excited to read this and just devour the story. I am thoroughly, I think, in love with Jonathan Mayberry's writing. It's just such clean and digestible prose, and the way he writes melodrama and how it can be kind of a little bit ridiculous. I love that so much, so I'm very, very excited for that. And then Stephen King is going to make an appearance in December. And this is one that I've had my eyes on, but I've felt like I wasn't allowed to read it until I read the previous books, because it was the Bill Hodges trilogy that I kind of needed to read first. And I love the Bill Hodges trilogy. And up next in that chronologically, there we go, in this world or in this timeline, this story setting, I don't know what I was trying to say. I kind of stumbled there. We've got The Outsider. I'm not expecting to be blown away, but it is a bit of a beefier one, but I am expecting to have a good time with it. I've had this on my shelf now for going on about a year, and I'm just really excited to check out The Outsider, because where we ended up with Holly and the gang and Bill Hodges at the end of that trilogy was just, so incredibly good. Whether or not End of Watch resonates with you or not, I still think it was a solid reading experience. And I'm excited to kind of see what The Outsider has in store. And if this one doesn't immediately click for me, I might switch to The Institute, because those are 2 that are kind of on my shelf and calling to me from my unread Stephen King pile, which is like 30 books long. Shocker. But yeah, I've been really wanting to at least try and get back into reading more King every single month. And if that doesn't work and that doesn't work, it's probably going to be Nightmares and Dreamscapes, because I have been also starting to feel the call back to his short story collections. And there's such great bite-sized stories that I'm very excited to get back to more King, because his backlog is frankly enormous. He's still my most read author, and I've only read upwards of, I think, like 35 to 40 of his books, which, if you know, is only about 50%. And now I feel like I'm rambling. But let me know in the comments down below what you intend to read to close out 2024. Because frankly, I love hearing from you. And let's just have a good old discussion in the comments down below. And let me know your thoughts on any of these books if you have read them. As always, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, peace out. Stay magical. Bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons. Thank you for supporting my passion and my hobby. It means the world to me.